Good morning. Welcome. Today we are going to be talking about the reproductive system. Now, the structure of the male consists of external organs like testes, penis, and the scrotum, having the testes and penis as the two major parts. The function for this is to transport sperm, discharge sperm during sex, and lastly, produce and secrete male sex hormones. Moving on to the female reproductive system, consisting of the vagina, uterus, ovaries, vulva, fallopian tubes, mammary glands, and breast, the two major parts consisting of the vagina and uterus. The function for the female is to produce and transport hormones and produce sex hormones. Moving on, animals may reproduce asexually, sexually, or even both. Asexual reproduction is when genetic information only comes from one parent, meaning all offspring are identical to each other, which is actually very advantageous in non-changing environments. Sexual reproduction, on the other hand, requires two parents, which entails high energy costs for attracting males and copulating and defending against rivals. This is better for changing environments. Now, what is fertilization? Fertilization is a union of two gametes which forms a zygote. There are two types of fertilization. Firstly, external fertilization is most common in aquatic animals like salmon. This is basically when males and females release gametes and the fertilization happens outside the body. Internal fertilization, though, is most common in land animals, mammals, non-avian reptiles, and birds. This is when the male deposits sperm inside a female, where the fertilization occurs inside the female's body. The females, after copulation, provide nutrition and protection for their offspring. No matter what reproductive strategy, the development of animals always begins with a zygote. There are two types of development. Indirect occurs at the early stage of life as a larva, just like what a caterpillar goes through with the help of metamorphosis. Then we have direct development, which where humans and other animals do undergo, just like how infants resemble a smaller version of their parents, or how a turtle is the miniature version of an adult turtle. The process until childbirth is first when it forms a zygote, which is a fertilized egg cell that lasts about 24 hours before fertilization. Then comes the pre-embryonic stage, which lasts from fertilization until the end of the second week of development. This is when a solid ball of cells differentiate into blastocysts and beta gastrula. In this stage, germ layers differentiate into organ systems. This is also when organs take shape because the chorionic villi will start to develop into the placenta. The yolk sac, allantois, and umbilical cord form amnion shells with fluid. By the end of this, organ systems are in place but not yet functional. Finally, the fetal stage, which lasts from the 9th week of development until the baby is ready for birth. By this time, organ systems are already functional. For sperm and egg production, spermatogenesis produces a sperm, and oogenesis is in charge for production of eggs. After this, meiosis occurs and spermatogenesis makes 4 haploid spermatids, while oogenesis, on the other hand, develops a fertilized egg cell. FSH and LH is then released by GnRH. The hormone in charge of stimulating ovaries in order to release progesterone and estrogen is LH and FSH. The hormone in charge of stimulating ovaries in order to release progesterone and estrogen is LH and FSH, which then targets the uterine lining and regulates ovulation and menstruation. Males, on the contrary, have testes to release testosterone inside the testosterone trigger and seminiferous tubules by LH and FSH hormone. Contraception is for the prevention of sperm and egg unity. Contraceptives can prevent ovulation and preclude fertilization. How? By killing sperm cells and preventing the development of an embryo. Types of contraceptives include birth control and surgery. Examples of STI or sexually transmitted infections are chlamydia, gonorrhea, syphilis, and many other more infections. You can prevent this by using forms of protection that can prevent human contact, just like condoms. STIs are a person-to-person type of transmission. That is all for today. Thank you for watching.